Good morning. 80% of elderly who need assistance live in a private home. And while it can be overwhelming and stressful at times, best-selling author Carolyn Brent shares from her experience that it is manageable and there's much beauty in caretaking. But it starts with one person, the caretaker.
I drove to Sacramento going up and down streets looking for him. My heart was racing.
Carolyn A. Brent recalls the moment she realized she could no longer care for her father.
If my father, let's say he ended up dead from that event or ended up harmed from someone from that event, how can you live with yourself?
Pastor William L. Brent was living with dementia. He had gotten lost on his way home and thankfully was in safe condition. Carolyn remembers feeling guilty and could not deny she needed help. However, she did not realize there was something deeper going on.
The guilt was really pain. I was going through depression, bargaining with God, dear God, take this pain away from me. If you do that, I'll do this.
Unfortunately, many caregivers face the same turmoil due to what Carolyn believes is a lack of self-care. Today, more than 1 in 5 Americans are caregivers. That's more than 53 million people. About 19% of those individuals are not getting paid to care for an adult in need, and 23% of caregivers say it's made their health worse. Carolyn is a living example of this.
I didn't take care of myself. I broke my foot and I went to work with a broken foot. The doctor told me not to do it. And I said, I have no other choice. I have too many bills to pay for my dad. So I worked with a broken foot. So to this day, Ashley, I'm talking about 20 years later, I'm bone on bone in my spine. I have a lot of pain that I manage on a daily basis.
This lack of caring for herself occurred for 10 years until her father passed away. And even then, Carolyn remembers feeling trapped in her own anxiety.
I would get mad at my father mentally, although my father had passed. It's like, why did you get sick?
Finally, Carolyn surrendered, and that's when she says she was able to hear from God.
God gave me so much peace saying, Carolyn, you've done all that you could possibly humanly do. So you got to stand on the word of God.
That calling would transform Carolyn into an advocate for caregivers, encouraging them to prioritize their health in order to care for their loved ones.
And a lot of people, they get self-care mixed up from vanity. These are two separate subjects. Self-care is taking care of this beautiful body that God gave us, our temple.
Since then, she has written 8 books full of encouragement and guidance for caregivers. Carolyn's latest book is called The Caregiver's Companion. It's a compilation of the 10 years of tools and paperwork and lessons that she had learned while she was caregiving for her father. That information will be found on our Facebook page. We are The Dove, of course, and we're under The Dove Online. I'm Ashley Crosco. Back to you.